understand your personal finances and how that affects the business finances. 100%.
But also, I mean, maybe this is a marketing decision, but it's like, do you invest the money into building an amazing website or do you buy a brand new truck, lifted truck? I think like that can make, and it's not necessarily that one is better than the other, right? It could depend on factors, but wouldn't you say like that is a choice that contractors have?
It is a choice. I think that that one topic actually cuts deep to a lot of people that they want to live a certain lifestyle. We just had a parade this weekend. It's called the Beach Bum Parade, where everybody there's another roofing contractor there, and they have the lifted trucks, and like they took a smart car and lifted it and put big tires on it, and were dragging a boat that was like just very out there, and that was intentional. They want people to see them. It just depends on like that. If that goes back to branding and marketing though. It's like people don't realize that that's really what that is. It's like, who do they know, like, and trust you based on that decision to buy the big jacked up truck versus investing significant income in your website, which is supposed to bring actual value and education and understanding and trust to your customer. Like, there's obviously, how I feel about that based on that, but it's true. Like, there's a lot of decisions we can make that can benefit us personally, and under the guise of it's for the business. It's like, is it for the business? I think it's being a business owner is a lot about sacrifice, and that's a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice for a long time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'd counter that. It's like I'd just play devil's advocate and be like, well, like a lifted smart car does make a lot of conversations happen.
Sure does.
People talk about that.
So that gets you to know someone and like someone. Maybe like them.
Yeah.
But I would venture to say it does not bring trust. Almost certainly, actually, because you can say that builds trust, but when they see the contract for $20,000 and they see our trucks, which are intentionally work trucks, steel wheels, no lift kit, they're nicely wrapped. Every part of that vehicle is for business. No part of it is for pleasure at all, or like something unique that's for us as an individual, but it's for the business. Human nature says 99 times out of 100, you're going to build trust using the work truck versus any type of customized money spent on this vehicle in a flamboyant way. We've sold lots of roofs, and the customer specifically said your professionalism is so much more because you don't waste money on this type of truck, that type of truck. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like a cheat code. So I mean, if that's your ideal customer, like somebody who likes upper middle class, upper class, they care about the same types of things, you should probably carry yourself in that same way. How you dress, what you drive, all those things matter. Continually, again, going back to sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice those personal things that you want for the greater good of your business and your entire team? That's a big deal. Like, oh, I want to be my own boss so I can do whatever I want. That's not how this works. If you want to achieve certain things, you have to sacrifice even more than if you were an employee.
That's the difference maker right there. Another thing related to this, we are talking about allocating money, is I mean it's kind of part of the same conversation. It's like, what tools do you use? I mean, we're talking about trucks. Like, what tools do you use? Do you use the normal professional work truck, or do you use the flamboyant, lifted, jacked up, truck? And so like that's which tool are you deciding to use? But I think it also applies to like what software you use, what CRM are you using? I mean, what other tools?
If your thought for anything that you do, if it's the material that you buy for the roof, if it's the software you have, if it's anything that's solely related to the business, if your initial thought is, I want the cheapest thing that gets me by, just gets me by. I want the cheapest thing that I will spend money on, and everything else that is connected to me personally in some way. The truck is just a great thing we're going to keep coming back to because they drive the truck for themselves. Even if it's wrapped and vinyled up, and they still get to drive the jacked up truck. It is fun. I love big diesel trucks. That's fine. But it's not a sacrifice that shows where your values really are. If you're picking a software, people complain about HubSpot and AccuLinks being super expensive, but they're not putting any effort into the tools. Like these can be good tools. Then they're like, well, let's get the cheapest thing. Let's get whatever. Let's get the cheapest seat for Job Nimbus, the cheapest seat for this. And people, I just watch it all the time in the Facebook groups, switching from all these CRMs. They're like, well, this one's too expensive. Let's go to Proline. Let's go. Well, that's too expensive. Let's go back to Roofer. And then like they're not putting the effort into the tools that matter to build their business. It's like you have to be laser focused on the platform that you use that communicates with everyone on your team, every single customer. Like this is the thing that makes you money. Use the tools in the right way to make yourself money. Like that's and make your not just make money, but make your life easier. Like you can't just say, I'm going to spend more money or spend less money and be better. You understand if you care about communicating with your team and with customers in a superior way, you want to text them, you want to see every text message, you want to call everybody, you want to have every phone call recorded. You care about the entire activity, the sales process, you're going to pick Proline. If you just want the cheapest thing, you're going to pick one of the other options and just kind of like struggle along with that because you want these things, but you're not willing to put the effort. It's the same. It's for every part of your business. You have to put the effort in and you have to understand the vision for your company.